Hi everyone. In this section we can discuss about the planning of management. First of all, we can study the definition of management. Planning is the selecting and relating of facts and the making and using of assumptions regarding the future in the visualization and formulations of proposed activities believed necessary to achieve desired results. So planning developed from the past. Then characteristics of planning. First one, planning is looking into the future. Then it involves predetermined line of action. It discovers the best alternative out of available many alternatives. It requires considerable time for implementation. It is a continuous process. Planning object is to achieve predetermined objective in a better way. It integrates various activities of organization. It is done for a specific period. It not only selects the objectives but also develops policies, programs and procedures to achieve the objectives. Planning is required at all levels of management. It is an interdependent process which coordinates the various business activities. It directs the members of the organization. Growth and prosperity of any organization depends on better planning. These are the different characteristics of planning. Now we can discuss about the objectives of planning. Mainly we have 6 objectives. First one, planning reduces the uncertainty. Planning brings cooperation and coordination. Planning reduces the competition. Proper planning achieving the predetermined goals. Economy in operation also can reduce through the proper planning. It anticipates the unpredictable contingencies. Then we can discuss about the nature of planning. Economy and certainty are considered while selecting the best alternative among available ones. The nature of planning is as below, that it's self-explanatory. Primary function. Planning contributes to objectives. Planning is an intellectual activity. Planning results in higher efficiency. It is a continuous process. These are the nature of planning. Continuing, planning is a flexible one. There is a unity and consistency. Planning is common to all. Basis for all managerial function is a planning. Then through a proper planning we get proper coordination. Then considering limiting factors. Then we have some confusion about forecasting and planning. Now we can discuss about what is the difference between forecasting and planning. Remember, planning is not a forecasting. That means planning and forecasting are different terms. Forecasting is guessing of the future course of events correctly. It actually terms only for a guessing. But planning is not a guess. Whereas planning is a wider term that includes forecasting and it is a part of planning and is based on the past experience. So planning occurs from the past experience. Then we can study about the importance of planning. Through planning, objectives are achieved and anticipates the achieved well in advance. Defective planning leads to failure of the organization. Effective planning can anticipate the uncertain events and help prepare the workforce to meet the situation to survive. Planning helps the businessman to get early success. The importance of planning are to manage by objectives. That is an important topic that we can study later. MBO, management by objective. Convert uncertainty into certainty. Then planning help in coordination, economy in operation, avoiding business failure, effective control, effective utilization of resources, tackling increasing complexities of business. So we can control all these points if we have proper planning. Advantages of planning: better utilization of resources. Planning helps in achieving objectives. The economy in operation also better. It minimizes the future uncertainties. It improves the competitive strength. Effective control will happen if we have proper planning. Planning will help to motivate everyone. Then there will be a proper corporation. Planning helps to promote growth and improvement. It develops rationality among management executives. Then it prevents hasty judgment. Planning reduces red tapeism. It encourages innovative thought. Continuing the advantages, planning will help to improve the ability to cope with change. It creates forward-looking attitude in management. Planning will help to development of efficient methods. Delegation of authority is facilitated. Anticipation of crisis also can form through proper planning. Then this is the steps of planning process. Analysis of external environment. Then it will go to the analysis of internal environment. After the analysis section, they will go for the proper determination of objective of that particular business. After that, the setting of the objective, the planning will help to determine the constraints and premises. Then after that, the examination of alternative courses of action will study through the planning. Then we can calculate the alternative course of action. After that, we can find the best alternative solution. Then establishing the sequence of activities. Formulation. After that, establishing, we can formulate the action programs. Also, after that, we can determine the secondary plans. After all, we can finalize all the plans of particular business or that organization in a proper way. So this is the steps of planning process. The method of planning. First one is objective plans. Objectives are treated as basic, a plan that is necessary for all type of planning organization. Objective also play a role in organizing, directing and controlling. The next one is standing plans. It includes policies and procedures and is liable to repetitive action. Actions can be repetitive and non-repetitive. It helps ready guidelines for solving recurring problems. Recurring problems are solved in different way. Next one is master plan. Master plan covers the complete course of action along with consideration of time and strategy. Plans may be either broad or detailed in character. Then the limitations of planning. There is inflexibility. That means if is there any contingencies occur, we cannot flexible our business to another method because the planning will ruin everything. Limitations of forecast. Unsuitability. Time consuming. It is costly. The mental ability will be greater. There is a false sense of security. Delay during emergency period. Capital investment. Political climate. Trade unions. Technological changes. These are the different actions or limitations of planning. Then the major obstacles of planning are unreliability of forecast, recurrence of same type of problems. This will be expensive. Then there is a loss of initiative. These are the different obstacles in planning.